Hello and welcome to the HHH Racing Podcast. I'm your host, Howard Kravitz. This is an emergency podcast as we're going to be talking about the mandatory 20-cent pick six payout at Gulfstream. Welcome to episode 118. Please make sure you subscribe on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. My goal since day one is to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 738. So call your friends, call your neighbors, even if they don't like horse racing. Just tell them Howard's this cool guy. Just go on YouTube and have them hit that subscribe button. Then after they do that, make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when new content will rise. You guys know the drill. Smash that thumbs up button. It tells YouTube it's a great show. You can find me on Twitter on my name tag at HKravitz. And also email down below on the scroll, hkravitzhorse@gmail.com. Yesterday? Oh boy, what a day. Here's the plan. It is right now noon Eastern on the East Coast as I'm speaking here on Sunday. The pick six at Gulfstream does not start until 3 o'clock, about 3:10 Eastern Standard Time Sunday. So we're going to go for about an hour today at the most, talking about the pick six at Gulfstream today. It's a 20-cent increment. It's very playable. It's a mandatory payout. There should be 2-3 million in the pool. Also, if you're watching live, of course, please make sure you chat on the top right-hand side of the screen. I haven't been able to take as many viewer thoughts and comments this past week when I had Scott Hazelton and Simon Bray on because we had a lot to handicap. So I apologize for that, but believe me, I'll get plenty of your comments up on the screen if you have them today. Like, first of all, Michael Bryant. Michael, thanks for joining the show. Appreciate the congrats. We'll talk about yesterday for those of you who don't know a little bit. It was pretty crazy, but thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Here's the plan. I'm going to talk for about 10 minutes, just very briefly about some promos. Talk quickly about yesterday. If you don't know what happened yesterday for me, I had the day of my life. I want to share with you guys, and then we'll get right into handicapping the pick six. First of all, I have 3 promos, if you're not aware, for this podcast that I want to tell you about briefly. And I really think all 3 of them are excellent. And without sounding greedy or any negative, I don't think enough of you are taking advantage of these promos. Possibly you don't know about it. Maybe you're just not interested. I don't know. But let me go ahead and share the promos I'm referring to. First of all, I'm going to bring up my own YouTube channel very quickly. So I'm going to bring up my own YouTube channel. I know it's weird. There I am talking. If you go below the video player where it says show more, if you go to show more, actually I don't have it up. Wow, okay. I just realized that's a major screw up on my part. So anyway, let me take this off just a second. If you go, I'll take care of it after the show. After the show, again, below the video player, if you click that show more button below the video player, I'll have all 3 promos up. Let me just show you on screen what I've got, and then you can look at it for yourself later. First of all, I have a race day blog. It's really inexpensive, guys. It's $12 for the entire month, $13 for the entire month, a little over $3 a weekend. Let me show you, again, if you're not familiar with the race day blog, let me show you what it looks like. What I do is I share my screen here. What I do is I have spot plays. So I show detailed ABC picks. This was my ABC for the all turf, which actually I hit for $1,500. I believe that the caveman play also hit. The 2 actually won this first race yesterday, but the 6 was out and I slid the 2 over. So actually this was 129. Scratches were not on the screen when I sent it out, but everything else hit, including the 4 and the 4. That hit for $1,500. So that was a $100 play that you would have hit for $1,500 yesterday. I give spot plays, and yesterday Spenderella won the last race of the day at Gulfstream. My really key to the whole tournament that I finished second yesterday, the contest, Count Again won, so I gave those 2 out. The Dirt Pick 5 also hit. It didn't pay a lot, but this also hit. 8 Rings was scratched. Collaborate was horrible. That was not a good play for me. Aqueduct. Let's talk about this for a second. I know I got a lot of people who were that cashed on this that belong to the Race Day blog. This was all A's hit, so you didn't even have to play this ABC grid. This K-Man play for 67.50 hit for 500, and if you played in all A's, just $12, that hit for $500. So again, these spot plays are hitting about 40%. Where is it here? 38% right now, and that was before yesterday. So I really, whoops, sorry about that. Stop that screen. I really think the Race Day blog is excellent. And listen, some weeks are better than others, but I've given out a lot of pick fours and pick fives, and they're not on this show. So a lot of those plays that you see, we don't talk about on this show. I can't talk about every track on my shows. Anyway, look into the Race Day blog. Again, how do you do that? You go on to patreon.com. You can see on the screen there. I've also tweeted out a bunch of times. Patreon.com/HHH Racing Podcast and sign up. Love to have you do that. Now is a great time. It regenerates the beginning of each month. So you get auto charged at the beginning of each month. Great time to do that. You can listen to the show, of course, on Spotify, Podcast, Anchor. There's the Race Day blog. Sorry. Also, BetUS is a great betting site. Fantastic platform. And last week, or a few weeks ago, when I started the promo, I put $200 in of my own money, and I got $250 of free play. Free play. I bet basketball. I bet some golf. I bet horse racing. BetUS. Again, the information will be below the video player after this show, or you can go on to previous shows. Just go on to any previous show, click on Show More below the video player, and you'll see more details about that. There is a promo code you have to use in order to sign up for BetUS. And then the podcast pool. That is closed for this month, but starting at the end of the month, join our podcast pool. Basically, pull a bunch of money together to play pick fours, fives, and sixes. If you want information on the podcast pool, email me, hkravitzhorse@gmail.com. It is closed now for the month of March, but you can sign up again in April. All right. So that is information there. I also want to mention one other thing on my YouTube channel. And let me go ahead and bring on my YouTube channel one more time very quickly for everyone. So I had a lot of people that sent me thanks yesterday, but also wanted to thank me for hitting, giving them the pick four or the pick five at Aqua that paid well. I don't want to come off as arrogant or greedy at all because everyone knows this is a crazy, crazy game we play. You can lose money just as easily as make money. But if you see on the screen here, on my screen, it's a little hard to see because I got a new banner. On the top right there, you guys see where I'm looking there, the top right? It's the bottom right of the banner. Right next, here's the horse. If you go at the top right, there is a donate button. You see that donate button? If you want to donate money to the channel, all you have to do is hit that donate button. It goes to PayPal. So again, feel free to donate any amount you want. Anything would be greatly appreciated. And before people start thinking I'm getting greedy or whatever, all that money goes to this channel. There's things I'd like to improve. I'd like to improve my graphics. I'd like to get a producer and an editor so I don't have to keep like clicking buttons back and forth and going crazy. No one does work for free. So, yes, I had a great day yesterday. Um, that was amazing. But, I was always told to pay it forward. That's how I was raised. People in the podcast pool that are listening know that. I paid what happened to me forward yesterday. I remember when I was younger, if I had a nice score, I'd go up to the window to the teller and throw them $5 or $10. So anyway, obviously you have no obligation to do any of that. But if you want to donate to the channel and help me out, just make the channel look better, grow, continue to get great guests, hit that donate button on the top right-hand side. You can donate any amount you want, $1, whatever, $5, whatever you want. Anything would be greatly appreciated. All right, let's see. What else we have? Let's talk about yesterday before we get into the picks. Yesterday was bonkers. For those of you who don't know, I had 2 seats in the Ultimate Betting Challenge. This is a major. This is basically one of the top 4 live money tournaments in the country. It's a $3,500 buy-in. I won 2 seats on Pegasus weekend, so I Was able to get in these seats, this contest yesterday for free. So I had 2 seats worth $7,000. I had the best day of my gambling life. It was crazy. I ended up it's hard for me to say it. I won $78,000 yesterday. Unbelievable. And it's a crazy journey. And I am so humbled and honored just to be amongst some of the best handicappers in the country yesterday. And I've just been on a roll with live money contests. This has been going on since January. I'm on a heater. I don't know what to say. Or really even all the way back to last October, frankly, when I won a seat to the BCBC, did well there, did well at the Pegasus in late January. Um, so the first thing I want to say is I want to thank all of you. Anyone that tweeted me, sent me texts, my phone and Twitter was off the hook for about 3 hours last night after I finished second in the Ultimate Betting Challenge. And by the way, congratulations to Christian Helmers, who won. Not only did Christian win, he had 2 entries. He came in fifth also. He won over 100K yesterday. That is crazy. Finishing first and fifth out of 176 people. Christian, great job. Congratulations to him. But anyway, it was surreal. So thank you to everyone who, and you know what? This podcast has a lot to do with it because 14 months ago, first of all, 14 months ago, I never would have been in this tournament, number one. Number two, I had people from all over the country, famous people you see on TV, tweeting me, texting me, saying congratulations. It's crazy. I'm so blessed. I don't even know what to say. Um, I will very, very, very quickly tell you about the tournament. So we have some quick comments on the screen here. Charles, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining the show. Steven Vanderbrock, I've not seen your name on the live chat. Steven, thanks for joining the show. Am I doing a live podcast tomorrow for the man? Ooh, I didn't know it was a mandatory payout. I'll tell you what, thumbs up on this video. Below the video player, give me a thumbs up or send me some comments. I wasn't planning on Steven, but actually, I don't have school tomorrow. It's a holiday here in Illinois. For those people who don't know, I'm a full-time high school math teacher for 25 years. I don't have school tomorrow, Steven. I don't know. Does anyone want another podcast tomorrow for the mandatory payout at Golden Gate? Thanks for joining the show, Stephen. David, thank you very much for joining the show. Appreciate it. Gemini said the sound is bad. Wow. Okay. Gemini, it might be you. As far as I know, the sound is good on my end. If anyone wants to put in the live chat about the sound should be absolutely fine. Gemini, you might want to check your computer. Again, if anyone wants to type in the live chat, if the sound is an issue, please let me know. I don't know about. I think the sound's okay for me. Okay, people are saying it's fine. I have it about as far up as I can have it, guys. All right, thanks, Jotham. Yeah, maybe we'll do a live show tomorrow. Anyway, very quickly about yesterday. So one thing that everyone knows about me, I'm very honest. If I were to come on every day and say I crushed it every day, that'd be a complete lie. Anyone that does that is not telling you the truth. Everyone, of course, has good days and bad days. I had 2 entries yesterday. My first entry was bad. I mean, my opinions early were not good. I loved Collaborate in the Gulfstream Park race. He was awful. I don't know why. He was bad. I loved Doppelganger in the San Felipe at San Anita. I thought Forbidden Kingdom would get pressured early and might not be able to get the distance. I was completely wrong. Doppelganger ran fine, but Forbidden Kingdom just ran them off their feet. So I was down to my only 1 entry. What happened yesterday, though, again, quickly, is I crushed the last 3 races. I played a big double as time goes by into count again. By the way, Flavian Pratt, thank you, my friend. Flavian Pratt, the ride on count again in the penultimate race at San Anita yesterday in the Kilroe Mile, the number 4 horse, if you watched it. Holy cow, what an unbelievable ride and timing. So I had a big double into count again, and I had another double count again to Express Train. Now, that would have gotten me to about 10,000, but here's where it got cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Folks, I decided to gun it. I went for it. I played, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I played a $3,500 double, exacta, sorry, $3,500 exacta, 3,500 straight express train to Warrant in the last race of Sandia, the 6-3. And I made that decision 3 or 4 days ago. I talked about it on my show with Scott Hazelton on Wednesday. I thought that Stiletto Boy, the 8, was going to regress. I had a little bit the other way, a 3-6, but I just went for it. It worked out. And Express Train won, and I got up to 40,000 of live money, my bankroll, and then plus $20,000 in the cash prize, and then a seat to the NHC in Vegas. Going to Vegas next year to the NHC, and also a seat to the Pegasus betting challenge on Pegasus Day at Gulfstream next year. Anyway, that's what happened. And yes, Stephen, Pratt is coming to New York after he goes to Keeneland. So anyway, that's what happened, folks. I know people want to hear about the pick six. Let's just move on to that. Thanks just to everyone, and thank you for all your support. Greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get into the pick six, folks. That's why I know a lot of you are here. And again, we're going to go till about 1:15 approximately Eastern Standard Time. But again, the pick six does not start until a little after 3 o'clock, so you'll have plenty of time. I realize there's some races going on, Gulfstream's going on. Just put it on in the background and listen to the show here. And by the way, I'm also going to show my ABC ticket as well. So we'll do both that. All right. Yeah, everyone's strapped in. Here we go. Chance of me hitting this pick six today? The odds say no, but why not? We're on a heater, right? Let's just keep it going. All right. Let me go ahead and show my screen. Here we go, folks. Let's rock and roll into the pick six. All right, so let me take the banner off the screen too. First of all, the pick six starts. Let me go ahead and move it up here a little. It starts in race 7. You can see the post time, and I apologize for the ads on the right side of the screen. This is obviously we're doing live here. Post time is 3:08 Eastern. It's race 7. This is a mile on the turf. It's for optional maiden 50 claimers. They're going again a mile on the turf. And there's the field. These field sizes, by the way, are huge, ladies and gentlemen. I put myself partially back on screen here. Are you ready for the field sizes? There were only a few scratches. I've got field sizes in the range of 10, 10, 11, 7, 12, 12. Wow. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Anyway, there's the field. Let's go right to the PPs, and also let's go to my picks here. And here we go. There are my picks in the first race. Again, you're going to want to stay to the end of the show to see my ABC ticket and also Caveman pick 5 ticket as well. I'm going 1, 2, 10 in this race. The 1 to me is very interesting. And you see he's 8-1 morning line here. This is a horse by American Pharaoh out of a Warfront mare. You got Pharaoh on the sire, and you have a horse out of Warfront. This horse, by the way, a Florida bred, should take the turf. I watched this turf work. It was good. Nothing spectacular, but it was good. Has not raced since June. I get that. Gonzalez is first call for Mark Casse at Gulfstream. Has been working pretty consistently and well for his return. I don't think there's any killers in here. I am very, very interested in the 1 for Live Oak Plantation. I don't think he's going to be 8-1. I think he's probably going to be closer to 4 or 5-1. I think the 1 is very interesting. The 2, Gooch Go Bra, is very logical in the favorite. There's a few things I don't like. I don't like 0 for 5. Danny Gargan's an excellent trainer, but this was a Pletcher horse before that. And he got a perfect trip last time and still couldn't win. I'm using him as an A, but I don't think he has to win this race. I think he's going to be over bet. Gooch Go Bra, a likely favorite, but very beatable. The other horse I have as a third choice here is the 10, Beloved Warrior. Makes a lot of sense for Safi Joseph and Tyler Gaffleone. It was in main special weight. Last time was on the synthetic. Ran well, lost. 10 posts is not easy, but obviously can win. I'm using a bunch of others in this race also. I'm using the 9. And I'm using the 4 also. Again, I'll show everyone my ABC ticket and my caveman play at the end of the show here. But the 1 I think is a very interesting horse in this first race. Again, I'm going to try to bring as many comments up. Please comment on the screen. Chat. You can talk to each other. You can talk to me. My good friend Tom is here. Tom, thanks for joining the show. Jotham, the 1 is a 20. That's the other thing I liked. Yes, Jotham, thanks for bringing that up. Uh, if you see this early pace, this 81, there's not a lot of speed. Jotham, if he breaks, I think he's going to be aggressive. I agree with you there. All right, so I'm going 1 to 10 in the first leg of the pick six, but like I said, I am using a bunch of others. Let's go ahead to the next race. The next race is race 8 of the sequence. You see it there on screen. Let me bring down my banner. I'll bring on my picks in a second. Race 8 is a cheap. They're going 1 mile on the dirt. It's claiming 62.5. You're just bread and butter kind of day, kind of race, excuse me. This race, there are going to be some big favorites in this race. The 5 and 6, as I show you the field, you can just see by the morning lines here, the 5 and 6 are going to take a ton of money. I don't think either of them have to win. On a cheaper budget, you probably just want to go 5, 6. If you want to spread more, I'm going to try to beat the 5 and 6, to be honest. I'm using them, but I don't think they have to win. Let's go to the PPs. Race 8. All right, let me go down and talk about the 5 and 6 first of all. The 5 is my top choice, Tone Phelan for Victor Barboza and Luis Saez. Has a lot of early speed. This trainer is very good off the claim. I don't know if you can see that on the bottom. You can't see it, sorry. It's a little bit small, but on the bottom of the screen there, 24% off the claim. Those numbers have to be looked at real carefully. I think that's only this year, this calendar year. I could be wrong, or maybe the last 5 years. I'm not going to look it up. But anyway, Barboza is very good off the claim. This horse definitely has early speed, is going to be aggressive, has back numbers, but is not the most consistent. So although I like this horse, he doesn't have to win. The number 6, Papa Honor. I have sort of a strong opinion here about this horse. 7 to 5 to me is crazy. Crazy. You say, Howard, he's got monster figs compared to everyone else. Yeah, but those were on synthetic. If you go back, his dirt numbers, now this was when he was younger, so maybe this is just stinking thinking. But if you look at his dirt numbers here, 47, 35, 52. When he really got better is when he went onto the turf than on the synthetic. I'm sure he's just a much better horse now. He obviously can win the race. I just want to point out that on dirt, he's going to have to prove it. But he probably will. Again, another likely winner, but doesn't have to win. I'm a bit interested in the 7, Plato, 15 to 1 morning line. This is a 5-year-old who has numbers on the go back that can absolutely win. Take a look at his Monmouth form here. His Gulfstream's form is pretty consistent. Didn't run very well last time, but was up close to a fast pace. Gets a new rider today. Panici is he's not great, but he's not bad. If this thing falls apart, I don't know. I think Plato's not possible here. I'm also using the 8 Malibu Max for Chantal, who's probably more likely a winner, but I don't like 9-year-olds for Jorge Delgado. I'm spreading here. I just don't trust the 5 and 6. They can win. Again, I'll show you my tickets at the end. 5 and 6 are the most logical for sure in this race. But again, these are very cheap horses, and sometimes these races fall apart and weird stuff happens. So I don't think the 5 and 6 have to win. That is the second leg of the sequence there. Let's go ahead here as I move on to race 9. This is the third leg of the pick six. Again, if you're just joining us today, thanks for joining as we're going through the mandatory 20-cent pick six. This is on the turf. It's a mile and 16th. This is for beaten claimers. It's 20 down to $16,000. This race right here. I gotta go full screen. This third leg, race 9, is an absolute cluster. If you're playing this pick six, You have to spread here. Unless you have better opinions than I do, unless you're smarter than I am, which I'm sure some of you are, this race is impossible. In fact, I almost never do this. If I were playing a caveman ticket, I'd hit the all button. I really would. On my ABC ticket, I will be playing because I don't play cavemans. On my ABC ticket, I'm doing a weighted all, which means I'm using every horse as either an A, B, or C. I think this race is extremely difficult, in my opinion. Let me go back to the screen here. This is, oh, sorry about that. Here, that it's an 11 horse. I don't want to make it smaller, but there's the top. There's the 10 horses. There is an 11 horse in here, Boru. You can just see by look at the morning lines. The morning line favorite is the 5 Vittori Kin at 4-1. So this is an absolute skullbuster for sure. Let me go ahead and bring up the PPs here. My top choices, there they are. And these are not strong opinions, by the way. Like I said, I'm using almost every horse here. Actually, I am using every horse. I think Mr. Matushek is a bit interesting. This is a claim for Robert Moscow, who does not have a lot of horses, but you can see on the screen, or maybe you can see, is was 20% last year. Um, and it has Ramon Hernandez, who Hernandez can absolutely win. He's an excellent jockey. He's really good up at Woodbine. He just doesn't have the same opportunities here at Gulfstream. He can absolutely win. Look at these numbers on the go back on the turf. That's what I want you to focus on here. Again, the numbers on the turf last year at Gulfstream, high 70s, mid 70s, absolutely good enough to win. Most recently was on the synthetic, just ran a real nice race last time against a horse in this race on February 13th on the synthetic. Was just claimed. I think you're going to get bigger than 5-1, actually. I like Mr. Matushek here. I see no reason why he can't win. I also like the 6, Benelux. I'm not going to show a lot of replays. Benelux ran well last time in a tougher field. You see he's been in tougher. Look at this. Allowance now winners a 3, optional 50. Claiming crown race, 35 claimer. If you want to say it's a negative that he's dropping down to 20, I'm not going to disagree with you completely. Off since January, by the way, but he's been working really well. He's got Jose Ortiz. There's a lot of intent here. I like Benelux. I think he can absolutely win this race. And a little bit of a price shot I want to throw in here is the 1 on the couch for Duarte's, the trainer. Again, this is Jaramillo. Again, look at these turf numbers. Now, that was sprinting New York, so maybe he can't get the distance. However, the last 2 times against cheaper, he's gone distance on the poly and seems to be getting better. He's going to be a price. On the couch, not impossible. He's got the rail. Jaramillo's going to save ground. Wide open race. Again, why not? There is, nope, that's all right. So I'm going, I'm just looking at my picks. Yep, that's right. Sorry, I just didn't put it up on the screen. Yeah, that's right. I'm going for, actually, you know what? I'm going 4-6-7, guys, I think. Let me double, nope, that's right. 4-6-1. Sorry, guys, I'm sort of hesitating on my own picks here, but that's correct. I'm going 4-6-1 in this race. But again, I'd use everyone. Let's see, got a bunch of comments on the screen. Sorry for the hesitation here. Jotham likes the all button, or hit the like button. Sorry, thanks, Jotham. Brian Nadeau said best bet in singles the 6. Okay. Yep. By the way, Brian Nadeau has been on the show. He does the analysis for the Gulfstream Park simulcast feed. Brian does an excellent job. That's a gutsy single. I could never single anyone in here. Never. But I understand it. Ralph wants to mention the 4 on the reclaim. The 4 is a reclaim. Good point. Yes, he did used to train him. Thank you. But he only trained him for 1 start, it looks like, Ralph. He only had 1 start with him. But yeah, you're right. He is off the reclaim. Look who's here. Trish. Trish, thanks for joining the show from Lexington, I assume. I really appreciate that, Trish. Thank you. Anyway, it's a wide open race, guys. There's many horses. Vittori Kin, who's the favorite, I'm not going to show the replay, ran very well last time against Boru. He was legitimately wide, no doubt about it. So I do like Vittori Kin, the 5, a lot more than I like Boru in this race. I will say that. Boru is the 11. Actually, I'm just going to show. We haven't shown a lot of replays. Let me just show very quickly. There's a bunch of horses coming out of the race. Focus on the 3, 10, and 13. The 3, 10, and 13. I'm just going to go right to the finish here. I'll freeze it right here. The 3 is Boru right here. He's the 11 today. The 3 got a dream trip. He actually was a play for me on my race day blog at 5-1 that hit for our players. He's not getting the same trip today. The 3 got a dream trip. The 13, I believe, is this gray horse right here who had to be used early. So I would upgrade that horse today. And then Vittori Kin, I think, is right here in the green, making or actually, no, I'm sorry. I'll let it roll. Vittori Kin's coming from the back of the pack, yeah, in the green. He's actually the 10. So anyway, 3, 13, 10. Look how wide Vittori Kin. Here's Vittori Kin, the favorite today, coming from way back. Here's the horse I like a little bit today, also coming in 13 hole. Vittori, you see these fractions are very slow, and Baru just got a dream setup, and you can see Vittori Kin. There's Vittori Kin, the 5 today, making a big run from the back. And the 13, this gray horse, also ran very well in this race. So these horses were pace compromised and post compromised. Meanwhile, Baru got the great setup. So again, as we go ahead, Uncle Curly. I would upgrade Vittori Kin and Uncle Curly today, and I would downgrade Baru. There you go. So let's get these numbers in for this race here in today's spot. Again, this is why watching replays is important. I would upgrade the 5, Vittori Kin. Uncle Curly is Uncle Curly, that gray horse, 12-1, non-possible today. I'd upgrade him. I would downgrade quite a bit Baru. Now he's got to come from the 11 hole with some people's favorite jockey, Javier Castellano. Anyway, I think he can win. I just think he's got a tougher situation. Anyway, that's how I see this race. It is absolutely this race is completely wide open. Let's go ahead to the next race, the sequence we move along. Race 10. This is the 4th leg. Optional claiming for 25,000, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. This is a rare small field. This is where you might want to take a stand in this race. It's up to you. The board looks open. I don't think it's quite as open as it looks on the board, in my opinion. Let's go ahead to the PPs here for race 10, and I'll also bring up my picks. There's my picks for race 10. I'm taking a pretty strong stand here with the 4, Fabricate. This is a claim for Jose D'Angelo. Luis Saez has the mount in this race. There's a lot of speed. I'm going to put myself on screen. A lot of early speed in this race. I think this is the best closer by far. He just won by 7 last time, being up close to the pace than he wants to. If you see this filly, sorry, it's a girl. This filly is very capable of coming from behind. I think Sai is going to let the speed go and come from behind. She does not lay over the field by numbers. I just think this race is going to set up very well for Fabricate. I've got Fabricate on top in this race. I have a bit of a price here in second. Midnight Diva. I don't know if she can run on dirt, but she's got very good numbers from California on the turf last year. She's been off a while. She's been off since July of last year. But if you take a look, she's been working very well. This was on the Sin, but she does have some decent works on the dirt. This is a complete guess. I could be way wrong on Midnight Diva. I'm using her as a backup if she can take to the dirt here at Gulfstream. I think she's a bit interesting. The horse that's probably going to be the favorite here is the 7, Aleka Star. Now, I'm taking a big chance by not having Aleka Star on top. I think Aleka Star, the 7, again, the bottom of the screen, will probably be the favorite. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. Or she, excuse me. Not only has she done nothing wrong, she's been spectacular. She won an open main special weight here in September by 14. Only got a 65 buyer. The races in September at Gulfstream, not the highest quality. But look, she won by 14. Then she comes back in February against Statebred, N1X optional, 12,000 claimers. Had the rail, was in a fast pace, won by 5. So you're wondering, Howard, how is this not your top choice? Well, I've got 2 reasons. One, I think this is the toughest field she's faced in her career, number one. Number two, there are 2 horses on the inside. This 2, Tis Splendid News, is very fast. You see these red color coded, it's all 1-1-1-1. This horse has one way to go, and it's to the lead. Tyler has to send. The one on the inside is not as fast and is not nearly as good, but the only chance Chantal has is to send. Again, the one isn't fast enough and is not good enough, but she's not slow. The 2, it could be a major thorn in the side of the 7. What is Jose Ortiz going to do on the 3? Only kidding. He's on the inside. He looks like she's got a lot of speed too. And look at the early time form US. The 7 has not proved yet that she can rate and win. Maybe she can. Maybe she's going to be the next best thing. I don't know. But I'm a little bit against Aleka Star. As I go back full screen, you're going to know about Aleka Star, the 7, in the first 3 or 4 jumps. If Aleka Star outbreaks the inside horses and gets to the lead, it's probably going to be party over. If the 2 and 3 send hard like they should and they break well, and the 7 is 2 or 3 wide in a very fast pace, I don't think the 7 has to win at all. I wish I could see the first 5 seconds of the race. Of course we can't, but I don't know. I don't think the 7 has to win that race. I really don't. We'll have to see what happens. We got a few comments here. We got a lot of comments here. Let me catch up on some comments. Let me take the banner off the screen. Let me go. We'll go partial screen here. What comments do we have here? Sorry about that. Let's see here. Trish likes Tis Splendid News. Trish, the 2 is going to have to deal with a lot of pace. She can win. She is on my ticket. She's on my ticket, just not my top choice. Let's see. David Thompson. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but David, I've not seen your name before in the live chat. David, thank you for joining the show. Please make sure, if you're a new viewer, maybe watching this on Twitter, please go on my YouTube channel and subscribe. Again, HHH Racing Podcast. Just go to YouTube, type it in the search bar, HHH Racing Podcast, and please subscribe to the show and hit the notification bell, etc. I'd greatly appreciate it, as I see some new names, which is fantastic. David said, professional gamblers say the 1 or 6. I think he's talking about the previous race, guys. So I'm going to move along here. Charles thinks the 6 Midnight Diva is interesting off the layoff. I don't know. Why not? If this thing gets heated up early, I think some crazy stuff can happen. We'll have to see. Tom likes the 5 and the 8. I'm not using either, Tom, but good luck. Good luck to you. Again, this race, it could fall apart and something strange could happen. All right, let's go on, folks, to the penultimate race. I'm going to show my tickets coming up here. Again, thanks for joining our special emergency pod here on the HHH Racing Podcast live on Pick 6 Mandatory Payout Sunday at Gulfstream Park. All right, race 11. Race 11 is a mile and a 16th on the turf. It is starter optional 35 claimer, which again means that it's a big field. That means all these horses at one point, I don't know if it's in the last year or not. I have to look at the condition. But anyway, at some point, they were in for $35,000 or less. Very big field, very difficult field, I thought. But I did think there were 2 horses that stood out to me. As I go ahead and bring up my banner and go to race 11 and then bring up the PPs. All right. The 6 and the 9 are two logical horses in this race. They don't have to win. Sorry. They don't have to win, but I do think they are the most logical. The 9 horse, Born a Gambler. No, was not named after me. 3-1 morning line, blinkers off. David Fox, Jose Ortiz has not been on the turf, which I find strange. He's been on the poly. I don't know if they've tried to get him on turf, but he's been on the he's been on the poly. Who's the dam, by the way? Look at the dam. Dina Little Kitten won $375,000 there. Was a nice turf horse for Chad Brown a while back and Ken Ramsey. And has some siblings. A man called a man called Bodie did okay. This horse you would think, could run on the turf without a problem. Overanalyze on the male side is definitely more dirt. So I don't think this horse has to take to the turf, but probably will. It's got figs that fit. I like the blinks off. I prefer this horse coming off it. There's a bunch of speed. Just seems very logical to me. The 9, Born a Gambler. The other horse, Kitodan, ran very well last time on the synthetic. Might be the favorite over the 9. Only ran once on turf, and that was against Red Danger, who ran yesterday in the pulpit. Listed stakes 75,000. Uh, Beat Born a Gambler, by the way, last time and did it pretty handily. So I can see why the 6 should be on the top. In fact, I probably should have the 6 on top. Let me go ahead. In fact, you know what? I'm going to switch my picks here, folks, uh, because the more I look at it, the more I think that the 6 is really the better horse. Really, no big deal. I'm using them both equally in the pick 5. I'm going to go 6-9-4 here. Um, Kito Don can absolutely win. By the way, Maker taking over for the claiming. There is a horse I want to talk about in here. There is not a lot of speed in this race. I'm going to go full screen for a second. One of the biggest mistakes that I make consistently, and I've been doing this less lately, but a while back, is not using lone speed on the turf, especially at Gulfstream. There is not a lot of early confirmed speed in this race 11, and I'm fascinated with a horse. I don't think he's going to be good enough, but if the horse I'm about to talk about breaks well and is on top and slows it down, he could completely blow up this pick 6. And I'm talking about the 4 horse in this race, Valiant Avenger for Jaramillo, 15-1. Now, you see this 96 early time form if you look carefully. The only other real speed horse in this race is the one to the outside, the 5, Spunktacular, who in my opinion has no chance to win this race. So I don't know if the 4 is really going to get the speed situation I want him to get. But maybe he doesn't have to have the lead. Maybe the 4 can just sit off the 5. The 4 was in cheap on the slop, not what he wanted back in October. Didn't run well. Then took some time off and ran well. Again, against cheaper, only maiden 25 on the dirt, up close to the lead and pretty fast pace with a 61 buyer. Again, not fast enough to win. However, this horse has been off again. He's a newly turned 3-year-old. He's got some decent works since that time, but I'm really intrigued with the breeding. Take a look at the breeding of the 4. This horse is by Valiant Minister out of a Mizzen Mast mare. This horse, look at the mare, look at the dam of the 4. Uh, Platinum Plus. Very nice turf horse here. Won 240,000, and the siblings are also good. Platinum Price won 170,000. Passion Plus 271,000. So this is a pretty nice turf family here. If the 4 Valiant Avenger can get on the lead or be up close, if he takes the turf and improves a lot, I don't think the 4 is absolutely impossible. This is a fascinating horse. I would throw him into your pick 6 if you can afford it. Or maybe put him underneath in tries and try to, make some money there in your tries. There's just not a lot of speed in this race other than the 5. I think he's interesting. He's one of those fuzzies that can blow up your pick six, or maybe you can hit a nice try or a super. I don't know. Throw him in there. I think the 4 is interesting. Dean makes an excellent point. Yeah, Jaramillo is aggressive. Likes to go to the lead. I don't want him in a speed duel though. Because he's not proven that he can go around a ground and battle and win. I mean, that'd be asking a lot. I would like to see the 4 break Dean and be either on the lead or up close, with the 5, maybe just sitting off the 5. I don't know. I think he's fascinating. I really do. Okay, I think we're gonna move on to the last race there. So anyway, I am using others. I'll show. There's others to use. I'm using others. I'll show you my ticket here in just a minute. Let's go ahead to the last race. As again, I'm clicking 1,000 different buttons here. Steven actually brings up a really good point. Is that an optional race? Yeah. Steven, I gotta go full. I gotta bring myself. Steven, great job for the viewers. This is an angle that I like a lot. Actually, sorry, I got the wrong race up now. This is optional 35. So some of these horses are in for a tag. I don't like horses that are in for a tag in general. You can see there's no 35 claimers. See how the 5 is in for, you see this right here, folks? See how the 5 is in for 35,000? It's right above that Lasix and the weight there. The 4 is not in for the tag. That's what Steven's talking about. So the owners, they're not giving this horse up for 35. The 6 is not in for the tag. The 9 is not in for the tag. So Stephen, thank you very much for bringing that up. That's an excellent point. It's an angle I look at. All right, let's go to the last race. Last race of the day, folks. Then we'll show our tickets, and then everyone's going to crush the pick six later today. Race 12. This is another tough race. They're not going to end this pick six with anything easy. These are cheaper horses, maiden claiming 25, a mile and 16th on the turf. Wow. Big field of 12. There are the top 10 horses you can see, and there's the 11 and 12 at the bottom. Again, there's 11 and 12. The Moorline favorite is the 6 Eagle Chief. Again, big field. All right. I am going in this race. I'm going 9-6-3, folks. 9-6-3 to close this out. The 9 is 4-1 Warren for Christophe Clement and Tyler Gaffleone. His 2 races were against much, much tougher. Look who he raced against last year. Cellist, who was a very nice horse. This maiden race that he was in last year, his first start, was very difficult. Then they stretched him out to mile and 3/8 to me, which was very strange off a long layoff. I guess they just figured he wanted to go long. Didn't run that well. And then he ran better in for 25,000. This is no killer. I think this is his class level he should be at. I trust Tyler and Christophe Clement. He needs the right trip though. I mean, this is not a horse that should be probably anything less than that morning line, but he's very logical and fits. The other horse that's logical and fits is the number 6 Eagle Chief. But I gotta say, I do not like 0 for 13. 0 for 13 is not an angle I like. That being said, this horse has been against much tougher. Last year at Santa Anita, maiden special weight. Then at Gulfstream, the last 2 was in maiden 40, ran well. Last time, maiden 25, dropped down. I believe coming out of the same race as the 9. No, different race. But fits, now claimed. Again, very logical. I will say that Tyler Gaffleone was on the 6 last time and goes to the 9 in this spot. And then you got the 3 Righteous Roy, who got a very good trip against slightly more difficult horses. He can win. There's a lot of horses that can win here. I've got the 1 in the mix. The 1 Swing Low, first time turf, has the rail, new gelding, Lasix off a layoff, has some turf breeding. I've got the 11 in here also. El Pecado from the outside. Look at the combination here, by the way. Again, Ramon Hernandez and Rafael. Why am I saying Ramon? Sorry, Rafael Hernandez, and there's Robert Moscow again. This is the same combination as a horse that we liked earlier in the sequence. Just want to point that out. I also have the 12 in the mix as a complete wacko horse that might be able to take to the turf. There's some turf breeding here on the 12 as a complete wacko. I've got the 7 in here, who's second time turf, but has a lot of early speed. Maybe can get loose. I don't know. I don't trust the 6 and 9 in this spot, folks. They are the best horses along with the 3. They don't have to win. I guess it just depends on how deep your our pockets are uh, that you have here uh, in your bankroll. Very tough last race. Very tough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you first my caveman pick 5. Now, this is going to be $2-3 million, folks, in the pool, into the pick 6. So I'm not going to give you a $50 ticket. Obviously, you don't have to play this ticket I'm going to give you. No shade or disrespect to anyone. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Even after my big score yesterday, and again, if you're joining us late today, thanks for watching. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I had the best day of my life and won $78,000 yesterday. And I don't say that to brag because everyone knows this game is brutal. I can lose that back. Well, I would never lose it back quickly because I'm disciplined, but we all know I could go the other way the next month and lose a chunk of it back. I mean, this is a very difficult game. Um, so I just want to let the world know you have to celebrate your victories, folks, because when stuff like that happens, you got to celebrate it, right? So I'm not afraid to be happy when I win or sad when I lose. Um, so I'm not playing some crazy monster ticket here. If you have lighter pockets, get together with friends. What I'm doing, and I'll show you in a minute, I'm playing with a bunch of people today. I've got some buddies, 3 or 4 people that I'm putting together a bigger ticket to give us a better chance to hit. Highly recommend you do that. Here's my caveman play, folks. There it is on the screen. So I'm going to sit up here. Uh, sorry, the screen just went a little bit blurry. Apologize for that. Okay, it's a $176 play if I calculate correctly. You can see that the two main things I want to point out here is I'm hitting the all button the third leg, which I again almost never do. Brian Nadeau, one of the viewers, said he's singling the 6 in that race. I love that, Brian. Brian's not a viewer. He's Brian Nadeau, the analyst. I think that's not a bad idea. You either got to take a chance there or just go crazy and spread. I'm choosing to spread. The horse that I'm singling is the 4 in leg 4. That's the race where I think there's a lot of speed, and I think it's going to set up for him. So I'm singling the 4. 6-9 on the end here is very risky. Again, this is not the ticket I'm playing. Personally, I'm playing a much bigger ABC ticket. 6-9 would be risky. If I were playing my own ticket for a caveman, I would take some horses off this all button leg and throw another 1 or 2 in the last leg. That's what I would do. But anyway, there's my 176, excuse me, $176 caveman straight ticket if I were to play it. Let's get to the play that I'm going to be doing much more likely or similarly. And I actually have a picture up that I want to show you. I'm going to make this bigger so we all can see here. Give me a second here. Okay, I'm just putting it up on the screen. Let me take that down. I see there are a bunch of comments. I will get back to those comments, folks, in just a minute as I go and share my screen here. Okay, there we go. Now, this ticket, and don't hold me to this, this is very close to the kind of ticket I'm going to be playing. Now, there's a lot of horses here. I'm going to leave this on screen in case you want to take a picture of it with you want to, screenshot it, or you want to take a picture with your phone, or you can, of course, you can just replay this show too. But let me be very clear now. This is an expensive ticket. This ticket is $1,500. You can see on the top of the screen. I highly doubt, unless you have very deep pockets, anyone would play a $1,500 ticket. But again, this gives you a lot of opportunities here. And most of you know Ticket Maker, you have to have either all A's, so you have to have all these horses, or you can have 4 horses in this column and 1 horse in that column, 4 A's, 1 B. You can have 3 A's in this column, 2 horses in this column, so you can have 3 A's and 2 B's, or you can have 4 A's in this column and 1 C in this column. Again, it's using ABC Ticket Maker. If you have some friends and you want to get together and play a ticket like this, I'm sure you won't play this ticket. That's what I would recommend. Play a big ABC ticket. This is not my official ticket. I have to do some tweaking. It's going to be something similar to that. You can see, look how many A's I'm using there in leg 3. I almost never, ever do that. I've got 1, 2, 3. I got what, 8? I've got 8 A's in one race. I almost never do. And then I've got a single A in the next race. This is what you got to do. You got to take some stances. I want to find some prices, at least somewhere. There's prices in here. There's prices on the B line. Again, that is my ABC ticket, ladies and gentlemen, uh, that I'm going to send out. Again, that might not be the ticket I'm playing exactly, but that is in general the ticket I am going to be playing with a bunch of friends, something close to that. Michael, thanks for joining the show. Trish, it's going to be my new favorite horse term. A complete. Yeah, he's a wacko, Trish. He's a wacko horse. I don't know. He looks impossible, but sometimes shit happens. You never know. Let me go ahead and bring up the banners up. We had a lot of people watching today. Really want to thank. Don't leave the show quite yet. I'm about to end here. Let me just bring up what's going on. Next week, um, next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Standard Time, I'm going to have a viewer roundtable. I've had a lot of famous guests on the show, but really this show would not be what it is, this podcast, without you guys, the viewers. And I have some viewers that watch the show consistently, many viewers actually, but I have a few in particular that are really good handicappers. And so they're going to be coming on with me. We're going to have like 4 or 5 people on with me next Thursday. It's going to be a lot of fun. A week from next Saturday is the Tampa Bay Derby and a huge day at Tampa Bay. And so that's what the show is going to be focused around next Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. At least that's the plan right now. Follow me on Twitter. I'll give updates. Look at the YouTube channel. I'll give updates on this show. But again, the plan right now is next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, talking about the Tampa Bay Derby and having a lot of viewers on the show. It'll be like a fun viewer roundtable. We'll chop it up. Unless anyone has any other comments they want to put. Ralph, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Jotham, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I believe it's Jotham. If it's not, I apologize. And again, the last thing I'll say, if you want me to do a live show for the mandatory payout tomorrow at Golden Gate, they're racing on Monday. There is a mandatory Golden Gate Pick 6 payout. If you're interested in me doing a live show, I'll be happy to do it. I would probably be, I don't know if I would do it right before the sequence, like, today I'm doing today, or maybe I would do it in the late morning, Central Standard Time. I need some input. I really need some input. So those of you that we have a lot of people still watching and listening, and if you listen later on, if there's a lot of interest, I'm only going to do it if there's a lot of interest. If you want me to do a live podcast tomorrow for the Golden Gate Pick 6, either put comments below the video player and say, yes, I want that live show, or tweet me, send me a DM. Please don't email me, though. I don't want 50,000 emails. Send me a DM or tweet me, or let me know if you're interested, and I'll make a decision tonight on that mandatory payout possible podcast tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to wrap it up because there's more live racing happening now, and we got to put together our tickets. So that is going to close that out, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thank you for all your well wishes on yesterday. Good luck to everyone at Pick 6 today. I would love for everyone to smash that mandatory 20-cent Pick 6 today at Gulfstream Park. This has been Howard Kravitz, the second place finishing Ultimate Betting Challenge player, Howard Kravitz. Thanks for watching episode 118 of the HHH Racing Podcast. Good luck today at Gulfstream Park and the mandatory Pick 6. Take care, everyone. We might see you tomorrow on Monday for the mandatory payout at Golden Gate. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.